Hello, Internetians! My name is Josh, aka ultraplayer, your coach of the New York Metagross. Welcome to IBL Season number 4. We are here, and it is time for the league to begin. And of course, we have a team to go over. If you did not catch my draft analysis, please go watch this. I go over all my picks and why I picked them and why I have them, and not other things and all kinds of stuff. So be sure to go check that out. But as a quick recap, let's talk about what we drafted. We have our Z Hoopa Unbound, our Mega Venusaur, our Donphan, our Nihilego, our Klefki, our Ambipom, our Araquanid, our Primeape, our Shogun, and our Charizard. 10 Pokemon hopefully will lead us to a championship. In week 1, we are going against the shadiest of Mexicans, ShadyMexicann. And his Buffalo Drills, link to his YouTube, is in the description below. I am not going to be doing separate team builders and video battles for these. 1, because I don't have time for all them team builders every week. And 2, the way I'm going to be doing team builders this league differs from what I normally do. If you know me, I typically do all my team builders beforehand. And I have them on Showdown and everything. I'm going to do things a little different. First of all, these graphics, how cool are they? I like them. I like them a lot. I made them, again, I made my P4G graphics and I made my IBL graphics. I'm really happy with how they came out. They're not super high grade or super professional, but I mean, I have no digital art or graphics history ever, except for like my old thumbnails. So, I think it looks pretty cool for what it is. So, let's talk about our team for a second. Alright, so like I said, we are going against the Buffalo Drills, and I don't have the right team pulled up. We're going against Buffalo Drills and Coach ShadyMexicann. I made everything big. Oh, wow. He has a really scary team. While you are here, please make sure you go enter the common question of the day. What is your favorite pick of the New York Metagross this season? I did just go over all 10. Personally, I'm really looking forward to how Hoopa Unbound is going to work out. I think it's a phenomenal mon. I think it is just such a scary thing to prep for. So, while you're down there, leave a like. Support me, please. I love you. I need 1,000 subs so I can make monies. I don't need 1,000 subs so I can make money. I love doing this with or without money. Discord is open. I'm professional. I am the most professional human being on the face of the planet. Let's talk about the Drills team. It will not be popping up somewhere as it usually does. And you'll see why soon. But he has a Clefable, a Melodic, a Mega Beedrill, a Shaman, a Bronzong, a Swellow, a Tyrantrum, which has the Z moves on it, a Chandelure, a Sandslash, and a Zoroark. So immediately, I noticed a couple things. Clefable, Melodic, plus Bronzong is the most likely core that's going to come. Those 3 mons I definitely expect as his bulk, and he handles a lot of my mons. It has just an outrageous support options. Offensively, everything else just is so scary except for Sandslash. Swellow is not the scariest thing ever, depending on what it's set. If it is a special set with choice specs, I have a Klefki, I have a Nihilego, I have an Araquanid which takes a hit, I have a Hoopa which can take a hit, I have a Venusaur which can take a hit. I have a lot of things that can take a hit, so it's not the scariest mon, but if my team is whittled down, it definitely can be. Mega Beedrill is definitely coming. I don't have very good things that stop U-turn. Like, he can U-turn on me all day unless I bring a million Rocky Helmets. He can just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. Tyrantrum, I have priority stuff with Klefki, so I kind of think that might stop him from doing that. I also have a lot of mons outspeed, so I'm not entirely sure if he's going to be bringing a Tyrantrum, although it could come. Shaman, I have a Mega Venusaur, and that's it. It's a scary thing for sure. Chandelure, 2 carries everything on my team, basically. I don't really have switch-ins, depending on what its set is. Zoroark is definitely coming. Definitely. I have 2 mons that do not like physical priority, and that absolutely blow away his team in Hoopa Unbound and Nihilego. It is definitely coming, in my opinion. And I believe that's everything. Mega Beedrill, Shaman, yep, Sandslash is there, and Rapid Spins and stuff. So, what did I think about going into team building? I thought about a lot of things. I thought about going with the standard, what I said I was going to go with, which is Break Hoopa plus Sweep Nihilego. and you will see that a lot. And that's actually what I ended up going with. I also noticed that he does not have good hazard removal. His hazard removal is Beedrill, Swellow, and Sandslash. 3 hazard removers is a lot. Maybe Shaman. I don't think Shaman gets defog now. Does it? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Does Shaman get defog? It might get defog. Shaman. I don't think it gets defog. It does not get defog. Great. So it doesn't get defog. So those are just 3 hazard removals. He does not have good ways to get rid of hazards, so I thought about that a lot. I thought about what my bulk was, and I also noticed that one common knowledge of things of people who play a lot of Draft League and know their speed tiers really well is that a base 145 can outspeed a Choice Scarfed base 80. And I was like, oh, that sucks. But at level 50, that is not the case. At level 50, a base 145 mon will not outspeed a Choice Scarfed 80. A Choice Scarfed 80 will outspeed them by 1 point. And that's something I really, really like. I can really take advantage of that. But without further ado, let's talk about our team, shall we? First mon we're going to be bringing is going to be our Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Unbound. Also, with these slides, this is my first time doing it, and also I kind of rushed them a lot. I didn't feel like going back and doing them because some of them had to be done like 2 different times because I noticed something was wrong. So there may be some inconsistency with how these slides are set up. Bear with me. They should be fixed next week. I know that this text is not bolded. Like, I know this text is not bolded, and I think the next text is not bolded, but after that, they all get bolded. Anyway, Choice Specs Hoopa. Destroys him. Depending on the only thing that can survive a Hoopa Unbound as Choice Specs is Clefable, and it has to be running a specific set, and it has to get the move right. So I don't think any set from the Clefable can live can live 2 Psyshocks or 2 Psychics. It can live like one or the other. Like, it can live 2 Psyshocks if it's a lot of Fizz Def, or it can live 2 Psychics if it's a lot of Spidef. But other than that, it gets 2 AKO. Milotic, even if it is max Spidef, I believe after rocks I do 2 AKO that with Thunderbolt, which is why I have it. Dark Pulse is Dark Pulse and it hits Bronzong and obliterates that thing. And yeah, it just destroys him. Double Psychic is really good. Double Psychic coverage is definitely really good just because Clefable can run one or the other. And of course Milotic can as well. If Milotic is physically defensive, I believe after rocks it still can get 2 AKO'd by Psyshock, which is beautiful. So depending on what he brings, I can lock myself into certain move and just start clicking buttons. I didn't want a Choice Scarf Hoopa. I didn't want a lot of physical prior. I didn't really want a lot of my Mons that are just weak to Zoroark. Zoroark is a huge threat to this team, and I kinda just wanted this thing to be a breaker. Like, if it came in, I wanted to have a reliable switch in and not have to worry about it too much. It's really weird how I say that. But I didn't want, like, a lot of Mons that outspeed it. Because then it's just more likely to click Sucker Punch. I don't know. All I know is that Zoroark was a threat going into this match. Spoilers, it does show up. And it was just scary. It also stops me from clicking Psychic moves, so that's something to note. But other than that, Hoopa just obliterates him. Max speed to T speed tie with Chandelure. And under Sticky Webs, which, spoiler, we're bringing Sticky Webs, Mega Beedrill does not outspeed me. So, I mentioned Sticky Webs. Let's move on to the next mon. Next mon we are bringing is going to be our Araquanid Bubbles with max HP, a lot of attack, and 108 Spidef. So this is going to allow me to live 2 Specs Shadow Balls from the Chandelure with no Rocks Up. With Rocks Up, it just destroys me. And if it's Scarf, I do live 2 Scarf Shadow Balls after Rocks. Now, first thing someone might be thinking is, like, why not go for Scarf? Why not try and be ready to take on Specs Fire Blast? I do. Cool thing about Water Bubble is it gives you a resistance to fire. And since Araquanid is neutral to fire, it, like, fully just resists fire, which is great. I love that, actually. I love the fact that this thing resists fire so well. And it has a lot of Spidef, so it handles that really well. I'm Adamant Nature. I can just destroy him with Liquidation. He does not have really good switch-ins to it. A mixed bulk Milotic that more specializes in Spidef, which I do see coming, takes like 25 from Liquidation. And knowing that, with Toxic, of course, I can beat that 1v1. I beat almost his entire team 1v1 with this, except like a Flame War Melodic, because I can't Toxic it. And I have Rest or Chesto. So I could run Sticky Spiderweb with Rest, and then not have to worry about Chesto Berry. But because I just want that one-time heal, because I feel like it's going to come in play, like I don't want to be asleep and allow something to set up on me, I don't really see the need to just run leftovers. I want to be immediately woken up. I have Sticky Web on there because Sticky Web is so nice versus this team, making his fast mons slow and his slow mons slower than my slow mons. I don't have any speed. I don't really see any need for it. If I'm going to be outspeeding something, I'm going to outspeed it under Sticky Web anyway, or it's going to outspeed me guaranteed. So there's that. Toxic, like I said, very, very nice. Wearing down stuff like Melodic, seeing what Clefable is. I actually do two-shot a physically defensive Clefable. So that's really cool. So this is mainly just here to like pressure his Melodic a lot. Depending on its set, I can pressure that thing out. I can pressure the Clefable. I can pressure the Bronzong. The only thing that really scares me is the Shaman, which I don't think he'll immediately stay in on just because I could be running a Bug-type move. So that's what Arachnid. Put up webs and kill everything, maybe. Kill all those walls. Next one we're going to be bringing is going to be our Donphan Michelin. 252 HP, 164 defense, 92 Spadef with a Impish Nature, and the Rocky Helmet. The Spadef, I believe, allows me to live it could be anything, really. I don't know what the Spadef does. It allows me to live a hit after rocks, I know that. Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Knock Off, and Earthquake. Very standard set. Rocky Helmet, of course, there, so Beedrill does not keep U-turning on me. So Swallow does not keep U-turning on me. I'm very weak to Volt Turn with this draft. So I needed something to like kind of mitigate it. Stealth Rocks is very nice versus his team. Everything but Clefables gets chipped down by it. And Bronzong, while it does not get chipped down a lot, as long as that thing isn't leftovers, which it might not be, but it's probably gonna be leftovers. I can chip that thing down as well, but I can knock that off with my Donphan. I also have Earthquake, of course, it's stab, and it does a number to his team. He has 1 resist, 1 immunity, 2 immunity, and that's it. Everything else gets body rocked by Earthquake, and nothing really wants to lose this item. Melodic and Bronzong and Clefable, none of them want to lose their leftovers. Shaman does not want to lose its offensive item or its leftovers. Swallow does not want to lose its specs. Chandelure does not want to lose its item if it even survives it after rocks. And Zoroark definitely does not want to lose its item. If it's like a specially biased mixed attacker, if it loses its Life Orb, it does not do damage to my Nihilego or my... Oh, it does some damage to my Hoopa, but it does not do a lot to my Nihilego, which is very important. Michelin is here for Beedrill, Michelin is here for Beedrill, and Michelin is here for Beedrill. Maybe something else. Maybe like if he's brings Sandslash, or he's a physical Zoroark, or Tyrantrum, it's there for that too. But it's mainly here for Beedrill. It's mainly going to be switching into Beedrill, so I can get chip damage off on that, and hopefully be able to sweep late game with him. Or pressure him to not bring in Beedrill. If I have Hazards up, and he thinks about bringing in Beedrill, he'll think twice just because he'll have to take Hazards. I think I'm lagging. Am I lagging, or is it just because I was moving back and forth? Who knows? He'll take Hazards, and I don't think he'll want to take a Rocky Helmet hit afterwards. So there's that. I do think I'm lagging a little bit. It's okay. I have a lot on the screen. But anyway, that's why Donphan's here. Very good mon to have. Next mon we're going to be bringing is going to be our Klefki Chains with max HP, a lot of Spadef, 52 defense, and 28 speed. Spikes, Foul Play, Flash Cannon, Dazzling Gleam. So I have Spikes on here because he has bad defogging, and Spikes are just amazing versus him. Chipping down his team, and chipping down his team some more. Like, his team, while it kind of can handle certain variants of Hoopa, and like Specs Hoopa is very shaky for him unless he gets the move right. With Spikes up, he just does not handle Hoopa at all. Like, it comes in and something just gets body rocked off the planet. I have Foul Play. That is for the Mega Beedrill, mostly. Also for like a hitting Chandelure. If Sandslash has an SD on me, I can hit that up with the Foul Play. I have Flash Cannon. That is going to help me not be complete setup fodder for Common Clefable. And I have Dazzling Gleam for the Zoroark. I definitely want to hit that thing with a Dazzling Gleam, and then I want to hit it with another, and then I want it to die. I never want that thing to think that I am a free switching for him. I also don't have any priority moves or prankster moves other than Spikes, so Zoroark is not going to be something that he wants to come in on. me with. Because he dark types ignore prankster moves. So something like Toxic he could switch in on. Guaranteed and not take shit. So that's that. The EVs, Leftovers, of course, as an item. But Leftovers is there for general recovery. 28 speed. Allows me to outspeed. Huh. Oh, 96. Damn, I don't know if that's just an anti-speed creep. It might just be avoiding... It might be outspeeding a Milotic. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it is. It's so I can outspeed a min-speed Milotic. And certain mons, maybe like a Tyrantrum if it's -1 or something, etc. But the Fizz Def is there so I can guaranteed live something like an X-Scissor plus a Drill Run from an Adamant B Drill, which is very nice. So I could potentially hit that thing with a Foul Play or a Flash Cannon and just weaken it really well. Or potentially kill it. Or set up spikes on it. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. I can just do all the things. The Klefki is also here as another switch into B-Drill. It helps me with Shaman and Tyrantrum and Zoroark and Swallow, which is all good. Having all of them is good. Next mon we are going to be bringing is going to be our Mega Venusaur Platypus. In the battle, the S gets cut off because the character limit, so I'm going to be changing this name next week. For it. 252 HP, 60 special attack, 164 speed, 64 speed F, 164 speed F, and 28 speed. I also should mention that any time that I have 4 EVs left over and I just throw it in a stack because it's there, I'm going to be cutting it out of this so I don't have to shrink the font or make another line, etc. So, I think a couple of these mons had 4 leftovers and just one of the other stats and I just cut it out. But I have Knockoff, Synthesis, Sludge Bomb, and Gligadrain. Knockoff, of course, there, so B-Drill does not fully come in on me perfectly. It does, like, a decent amount. Also, for Chandelure, also just for general knocking off, because it's a good move to have. Sludge Bomb with 60 special attack EVs mean that I 2-hit KO a Calm Mind Clefable. So if it comes in on me, no. I 2-hit KO Clefable +1. So, if for any god's reason, he outspeeds me and sets up a Calm Mind, I don't know. All I know is that at +1, I do 50% to a Calm Mind, Max Fizz Def Clefable. I also do a lot to Sandslash. I do a lot to Tyrantrum. I destroy Shaman. And Knockoff is just there for general everything else. The speed is just anti-speed creep, I believe. Trying to get over Milotic. Trying to get over a fast Clefable. And then the rest is thrown to Speed Def to take on stuff like Swallow. Like the take a hit from the Chandelure. Take a hit from some hits from the Zoroark. Which can't do a lot to me unless it's Specs. But yeah. Also switches into Shaman. So I have 2 switches into Shaman, which is really nice because Shaman is a threat to my team. And then finally, I mentioned that I'll probably bring in this, and of course we're bringing Nihilego. I like how Nihilego is made with transparency in his sprites, so like Nihilego has a black in there. That looks cool to me. But Nihilego is rocking max special attack, a little bit of defense, and a lot of speed with Choice Scar. Ability is Beast Boost with the Power Gem, Sludge Wave, Grass Knot, and Thunderbolt. This destroys everything on his team at side of the Bronzong. I 2-hit KO Sandslash. I 2-hit KO everything except for Milotic if it's Speed Def. So Milotic and Bronzong, those 2 mons are a gigantic threat, but they're also really pressured by Hoopa. Even if he predicts me to go for a Psychic move and switches into his Bronzong on my Hoopa, I do like 25 to that thing with the better Psychic stab. So like, if he's Speed Def and I go for Side Shock, it does like 25. Damage is damage. I think it does 25. I'm not remember. Damage is damage on Bronzong. Any damage I get on that thing is great because it helps Nihilego sweep. I can literally just clean his team with Nihilego because that's what it does. If you've seen the UAPB, you know what this thing is capable of. This thing destroyed people in the UAPB. I brought an Assault Vest set and then got 4 kills. This thing is a threat. Double Stab, because of course, I have to have Double Stab. Power Gem is so good against his team. Rock-type moves are so good against his team. Sludge Wave is really nice, and I need to have it because otherwise I am also set up fighter for a Calm Mind Clefable. And it also just does a lot of work to his team. Grass Knot. He has a Melodic, and he has a Sand Slash. Of course, I'm bringing Grass Knot. And then Thunderbolt's just a really good move to have in general. He also does not really like Electric types a lot. And should everything be weakened and stuff in the right way, Thunderbolt could potentially sweep. I have a special attack boosting set. I want this just to be a cleaner. I want to come in on something weak, get a kill, and then be impossible to stop at that point. And of course, Choice Scarf, so I can outspeed everything. The only thing that I do not outspeed is Choice Scarf Swellow. Well, if I have Sticky Web up, which Bad Hazard removal. Not a lot of things can OHKO my Araquanid. I'm probably going to get Sticky Webs up. So that is my 6 mons. And let's get into the battle, shall we? And I don't even have to cut or anything. And this is really why I'm going to be doing team builders like that. Because I don't have to cut or anything. The battle's already right there. I'm so happy. So as you can see, 6 mons he decided to bring are going to be his Auroric, Bronzong, Milotic, Swellow, Beedrill, and the Clefable. So immediately I'm like, yay, Auroric. That's what I wanted to see. He could have brought like 6 Clefables and I would have been okay. He could have brought 6 Milotics and I would have been perfectly fine. Auroric I did not want to see. I did not want to see this Auroric. But Auroric is here. And Auroric is very, very annoying to Nihilego plus Hoopa. Whew. So, we don't see a Sand Slash, so there's no Rapid Spinning. We don't see a Chandelure. Does not bring the thing that 2-hit KOs everything on my team. Bless. He does not bring the Shaman, which is really nice. He does not bring the Tyrantrum, which is, it's nice. You know, I don't have to deal with it. And those are the 6 he brought. And let's get into it. So looking at his team, I'm thinking Mega Beedrill lead or Bronzong lead. Either way, I do not see anything that OHKOs me outside of a Choice Band. Like, I don't even think Swellow OHKOs Araquanid unless it's a boosting item before it gets Guts. Because if it tries to protect and get his Guts, I can put up webs on that. So I really don't see anything that stops my Araquanid from putting up webs. So I'm definitely leading with that Araquanid. And let's start our first battle. Woo! I'm excited. So as I said, I'm going to be leading Araquanid. Pokemon trader ShadyMexicann would like to battle, and he is going to lead, or I'm going to lead with my Araquanid. I am here. I don't know if this is Totem. I don't think it is. But he is going to lead with his Clefable. Okay, so I said he'd be leading Mega Beedrill. I forgot to mention. So this is a recreation battle. We battled, got about halfway through, and he DC'd, and we had to start the battle over. So to fix this, he recorded it live, or started recording it live, and he had all the moves ready, so we could just recreate it really easily. But he accidentally let Clefable instead, and I'm like, we're not redoing this. I don't feel like going through the Trainer Festival Plaza again. So we just decided to roll with it. I'm going to explain what happened, and I'm going to explain what was supposed to happen. So he was supposed to lead Beedrill, and as I led with Araquanid. And I clicked Sticky Web, and he clicked U-Turn. So I'm going to click Sticky Web here. No, I told him afterwards, like, I had Toxic. So just to, like, get back in that position, I'm going to click Toxic. He's going to go out to Beedrill so we can have that lead matchup. Because neither of us wanted to do anything. I see this name, by the way, when we lead. I see the Iron Bee. In my MLP days, which are now. But the MLP comes to me. And I think of a set that I ran with Mace Master during a live. Or during maybe just some chill laddering without recording. But he ran SD, Roost, Iron Defense, Stab, Mega Beedrill. I saw this name and I was like, I swear to God, if it's that set, I don't know. If it's that set, I lose. If it's SD, Iron Defense, Stab, Exeter, Roost, that's it. Like, we lose. The only thing that stops it is Trace Scarf, Nihilego. And still, not really. Well, maybe it could probably, the way I think is, it could live a hit. But I'd probably go hard out. If I saw Iron Defense, I'd probably go hard out to, Nihilego and click Power Gem and get rid of this thing. But that's a threat. That thing beats everything on my team. But I was like, this man is not Mace Master. There's no way he's bringing that. So, like I said, Toxic. Just so we could have that thing coming in. And now, here we are, turn 1, basically. He's going to Mega Evolve, and he's going to go for U-turn, of course. There's no reason not for him to do that. And he does not want to stay in. Personally, I'm a Araquanid. I'd have Liquidation, I'd destroy him. So he's going to go for U-turn, and I confirm that he's not Iron B. And I'm going to go for my Sticky Webs. Sticky Webs are really nice for this team. He does a lot to me, and that tells me he is, of course, max attack. And he could be Adamant, he could be Jolly. I don't know that yet. And he's going to go to my Milotic. Now, I knew Milotic was coming out. And in the original battle, I considered and thought for so long, like, click Toxic. He's going to go to Milotic. If he is Flamewar Milotic and I Toxic him, he is screwed. He is so screwed. No leftovers, getting Toxic, not a lot of Fizz Bulk. Well, he does have a lot of Fizz Bulk because Marvel Scale still activates. But instead I go for Sticky Web, and he does prove to be Flame Orb. And I was like, oh no, this Milotic is going to be the bane of my existence, and it is. It does. So I'm really weak on Araquanid, however, I'm more of a lead. But I can still do some stuff later, so I switch out, potentially can heal up on the Milotic or the Bronzong. And I'm going to go hard on my Venusaur. So this is going to come into play later. Originally, in the battle, he did hit that Dragon Tail. And I believe he got me out to Klefki. So he missed, and that's just a little bit of more chip damage on me. Less on me. Which might... I'm going to talk about it later, but for now, I believe here I go hard into Klefki as he clicks Magic Coat, because I was supposed to go be Dragon Tail into Klefki. And so he goes for Magic Coat. We already know what's going to happen. I didn't know about this. Originally he clicked Dragon Tail. I didn't know he had Magic Coat. I clicked Spikes, because I want Spikes second. He clicks Magic Coat. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I was like, okay, it's fine. I'll put up another. I'll go for Spikes again. I was determined to put up a Spike. I wanted a Spike really bad. Spikes do so much work to him. And he Magic Coats again. So there's a second layer of Spikes up on my team. And this is a misplay. I shouldn't really be spamming Spikes. I should be switching out. However, the Spike hurts him so bad because it pressures this Milotic. His team is not Spikes weak. The team he brought is not Spikes weak. Clefable's immune if it's Magikarp. Swallow is immune. Bronzong if it's Levitate is immune. Zoroark is a Zoroark and it's fragile anyway. Yeah, so the only thing that are effective is Mega Beedrill, which is frail, and Milotic. But I'm here for Milotic. I'm here to pressure Milotic. I got 3 layers of Spikes up on my side. I'm going to put one up on his side. I need the Spike. And it goes out to Clefable. And I put up a Spike. Now here's the thing. Hoopa can 2-shot this, but Calm Mind is really scary. And I don't want this thing setting up on me, and I want to make some offensive plays. I don't remember what I do here. Do I switch out? So I switch out. I know this thing is a threat. I know what this thing can do. I'm afraid of a setup variant. I believe here to keep up offensive momentum and force this thing out and get this thing out of my sight and out of my face. I go hard in the Nihilego to tell him to leave. I do. I go hard in the Nihilego. I know I'm taking 3 layers of Spikes. I live a Life Orb Sucker Punch after 3 layers of Spikes. If I can spin these away, I'll still live that Sucker Punch in Zoroark. I have to stop this thing. I have to. And it's Cosmic Power. I have to stop this thing. I have to stop this thing right this second, or I'm screwed. Because a Calm Mind Clefable, all I have to do is weaken it for Hoopa to come in and Psyshock and kill it. I can't handle Cosmic Power. So the rest of the game, I'm playing as if... I click Sludge Wave because I have to. I'm playing as if I cannot let Clefable just easily come in. I have to be able to pressure it very, very hard immediately. So that's great. I get to have that in my mind while I'm playing. But anyway, yeah, he goes into this. I'm Choice Scarf. I have to switch out. I'm going to go out into my Araquanid because this is where I heal up and I want to get this thing in before rocks go up. So I have an ability to come back in later without having to spin away. So, because I'm a Araquanid, I am strong as all hell and can 2-KO this thing with ease. So he's going to switch out, well, if I'm an offensive item, which I'm not, Chesto Berry, but he doesn't know that. So here I'm going to rest. Pop my Chesto, get back up to full, and be here as a general annoyance to his team. I definitely had to play the long game. After I saw the team he brought, after I saw the Clefable, I knew this was going to be a long game and that I was going to have to play the long game. I was not going to be able to just offensively pressure him and make the offensive play and make the ballsy play and just 2 KO everything with ease out of nowhere. So here I'm going to go into my Mega Venusaur. I don't think he's going to Dragon Tail this time. There goes the S. Yeah, he goes for cover. I can get my Planilonopus in now. Taking all the hazards. But I know the hazards suck, but I know I'm going to get rid of them later. For now, it's okay that I have them, because I'm playing around them. He goes onto his Bronzong. As I click Giga Drain. I'd rather click Giga Drain. I know he's not, I don't think he's Mirror Coat at this point, because he's, yeah, I know he's not. He's Recuperated Scald, Magic Coat, Recover, and Dragon Tail, so I know I can go for a Giga Drain with ease and get a whole bunch of health back. If he goes to the Bronzong, that's damaged. So I'm going to go for Giga Drain here. I'm going to get a crit. And I'm going to get back 15 health instead of like 7. So that can come into play later. But again, just remember that I say this. But it's not a lot. Like 7 health, I believe that's 7 over 180. It's like 3% more health. It's 1/26th, so it's like 4% maybe. So it sucks that I got the crit and that I have the extra damage and I have the extra health. And I'll get into it later, but just putting that out there. So here I'm going to knock off. I knew it was Colbur Berry. Like the second I saw no leftovers, I knew the thing was going to be Colbur Berry for my Hoopa. I had to deal with the same thing from General Tar Heel. Like I knew the Nidoqueen was Payapa Berry and I saw no leftovers on this. I'm like, this is going to be Colbur Berry. It's the same thing. It's something that 2 KOs everything on his team. He's going to bring a berry. So he goes for Future Sight here. And at first, when I first saw Future Sight, I lost it. I was like, I lose! This is going to destroy my Mega Venusaur and beat him 1v1. I'm screwed. Oh no. Oh no. And then I calced it and it did like nothing. I was like, wait, we good. So anyway, I go for knockoff. I'm just going to keep clicking knockoff. I know I'm kind of low, but Gyro Ball is not doing a lot to me. Like, look at this damage. Yeah, it does that much. So I know that I can Synthesis here right before I'm about to take both attacks. And I'll be fine, and it can Synthesis again the next turn and be able to easily take this thing on. So he's going to go for Gyro Ball. It's going to do that much. I'm going to take the Future Sight, and it's going to do a decent amount. Like, it does almost half, but like I easily just Synthesis all that off. So I'm calculating this Future Sight. I know it's uninvested. I calculate versus Donphan. And I'm like, okay. And I'm calculating and I'm calculating. I'm like, I live Gyro plus Future Sight plus Gyro. So I'm going to switch out here into my Donphan. And I'm going to take all the hazards. I can also live all the hazards. I'm going to take the Gyro. It's going to bounce off. And he's going to take Rocky Helmet. And I'm going to spin. My immediate thing is I have to rapid spin these stupid hazards away. Get rid of them. Screw these hazards. They're gone. All I can do is put a Brox down. And he's going to go for Gyro Ball. And he's going to take Rocky Helmet. I'm going to take a bit of chip damage. He's going to go down that low. And I'm going to take Future Sight. And I'm going to live. Not a lot, but I'm going to live. And here, originally, we had this little war between these two Mons. I tried to, like, stall him out to where he had to click Gyro Ball to kill me. Or he killed me. Basically, my way of thinking about this was the only way I can allow this Bronzong to die is if it's a double down. I cannot kill this this Bronzong with my Donphan. If I do, he goes at the Clefable and he sets up and he wins. I cannot. I originally had more HP, so I knew I could Rapid Spin, but at this point he can't live 2 Rapid Spins. I cannot let Clefable come in. I have to force him to Gyro Ball and kill me. Or I have to force him to just kill me with Future Sight and then revenge him with something that does handle Clef. So that's my mindset. I do click Earthquake here in a second. I believe I click it now. Not click Stealth Rocks because I want Stealth Rocks up. And I believe he goes for his rocks of his own. Yeah, he goes for rocks of his own. Rocks on my side is whatever. I can handle it. I can deal with it. I'd have to play around it. So here I go for Earthquake. I did make this play once or twice in the actual battle. I Rapid Spin a couple times and then I Earthquake because I can't kill this thing. I'm not able to. If I do, he goes to Clef and he wins. So I have to play around this, and he's going to Future Sight. And I believe it's just a me keep kicking Earthquake, and he spams rocks because he has to. It's his best play to spam rocks, make sure they stay up. So I Rapid Spin, he rocks, and he always ends up with rocks. So I knew that I was going to end up losing that war, so I just clicked Earthquake a couple times. This is all to recreate the battle so we could get back to where it was, but mainly I was not going to kill this Bronzong. I was not. He killed me with Future Sight, and I'm like, alright, it's fine, it's good. And I looked at my team, and I was like, wait, how do I stop? How do I stop with Abel? What Mon? Basically, I was also looking at, I believe I was also looking at Swellow. And at this point, I was like, I can't let Swellow in either. So what stopped both of them? Because I could go Hoopa and just click Dark Pulse or Psyshock, and that threatens Clef. Like a Psychic threatens Clef because it does a million because I'm Specs. But that would let him Swellow, and that'd be a free U-turn. He gave momentum, so I had to go into Mega Venusaur. Only Mega Venusaur can keep out both the Fable and the Swellow and put him in a really tight spot. I'm going to go into this. I outspeed him. I take Stealth Rocks, whatever. I click Knockoff. Die, Bronzong, die. No Future Sights to worry about. No more rocks. His main Nihilego switching is dead. We're in a good place. So he goes out into the Swellow anyway, and I was like, what the hell? I went into Venusaur to stop this. I live a Boom Burst. I can Sludge Bomb you. I can knock you off. Why? So anyway, I believe I go for, I believe I switch out here. I'm like, I'm going to go into Klefki. I have a Spike Up. I have what I need. Klefki is my switch into this. I go for Protect, and I go, oh, fuck. He's physical. Damn. I'm in a bad spot now. This is going to be U-turn. It's going to have Facade. So I'm like, Facade, Protect, U-turn. Last move, probably Brave Bird, because Mega Venusaur. But he could not, he might not have Brave Bird. He could also have, maybe Work Up, maybe Roost, maybe Defog. Could have a lot of things. I believe here I go for the Foul Play. No, I believe I go for Flash Cannon, so I don't like the Fable in. Because it does damage to this anyway. Like, any damage on this is good damage. And he goes into Clefable. And is this actually Clefable? Yeah, so this is actually Clefable. Here I go for Flash Cannon. Do a decent chunk. And I know, now that he's weakened, he can't recover and Cosmic Power, or he can't Soft Boiled and Cosmic Power at the same time. If he could do both at the same time, I'd have no switching to this. But because he can't do it both at the same time, I can go into my Mega Venus where I do 70% with a Sludge Bomb before he boosts up. And I just threaten him in general. This Mega Venusaur just is the biggest nuisance for him. He doubles out into his Milotic, I guess predicting me to go into Nihilego. Which is a good play on his part because it's what I did a lot of time. However, I'm here with my Mega Venusaur. And here... he's weakened. Alright? I'm a Mega Venusaur, I Giga Drain him. I can do a decent amount. But I don't think he'd let me weaken it. To me, he doesn't click Scald here. He clicks either Recover or he doubles back out. And even still, I don't even think he clicks Recover. I think he switches out. Like, if I were him, I'd switch out. I'd go into my Mega Beedrill or something. So I don't think he stays in here. I don't see a reason for him to. Looking back, he didn't have a switch in, so maybe that was my idea. Maybe that was my clue that he would stay in. But I didn't think he would, so I make the offensive double, predicting him to switch out into my Nihilego. What I thought it was the greatest play ever at the time, but I was getting impatient. I thought it was the right play. It was definitely not the right play. The right play was always Giga Drain. But he Dragon Tails. The thing is if he switched out right there, and I doubled in Nihilego on anything, I got a kill. Unless it was a Rourke. Sucker Punch. Anything else, I got a kill versus. If he went into Beedrill, he would switch out into his Milotic, because it could take 2 power gems at that point. And I'd click Thunderbolt, and I could 2k the Milotic after the damage it took, after the hazards, and after the burn. Where Dragon tells me, it's a rest in peace of dream, and I get out my Araquanid, and I was like, alright, you know what, this is actually whatever. This forces a recover. And I believe I go for Liquidation here, just to scout damage and stuff. And here I was like, I might be able to beat this 1v1. Or at least I could waste some of his recovers. But also I was like, that's good. Let's try and waste some of his recovers. I can PB stall this potentially. But Dragon Tales, yeah. I was like, no. Get out! I really thought about PP stalling him there. Because I thought it was like the only way I could beat this Milotic. And I go into my Klefki. And I was like, this is not what I want. I need to keep this thing healthy. That's the opposite of what I wanted. So I believe I switch out again into my Mega Venusaur. Do I go into Mega Venusaur because I don't want to get scalded? And yeah, I go to Mega Venusaur. And Dragon Tails me again, and it's becoming so annoying. And at this point, we're both thinking, like, this might come down to timer. He recovers. This time I make the right play. I believe this is when it happens. I Giga Drain. Because right play is right. He has no switching to my Mega Venusaur. And I do that much damage to him. And I believe he Dragon Tails me. I get it back some recovery. And I believe in Dragon Tails. And he does. And it does 6 damage. And he gets in Hoopa. Right as we're both thinking it's about to go down to timer, he gets me out of Hoopa. He's at 45. Specs T-Bolt kills this thing. And at this point it's like, oh, he can't switch into this. So I go for Thunderbolt. And this Milotic, this satanic little snake goes down. And Hoopa picks up a kill. And he goes out to Swellow. And I'm like, of course he goes out to Swellow. Why wouldn't he go out to Swellow? Here I was like, I had to make a really, really big choice of what to do here. Because I was like, U-turn, you let him get momentum. No, he clicks Facade because Facade gives him a kill. So I believe I go into Klefki. Because I can potentially live 2 Facades. And if you go for U-turn, I'm in the best spot anyway. So it goes for Facade. I'm at 150 health. I go down to 74. After leftovers, I'm gonna live another one. I'm like, alright. Click Flash Cannon here. It is the best move. Right now, he has his Clefable alive. I cannot let that thing come in. He has Beedrill alive, which does not want to take Flash Cannon. He has Swellow, which does not want to take Flash Cannons. He has the Rourke, which does not want to take Flash Cannons. So he's going to U-turn. I click Flash Cannon again. I do not want him to go hard on Clef. I have to keep that thing at bay. I have to play offensively to keep Clef out. By the way, I went to Araquanid 2. Okay, it was Clef. So he goes into Clef, except it's at full. It takes rocks and spikes. I was like, oh. Well, goodbye to your disguise, the Rourke. And goodbye to your health, the Rourke. I was like, this is good. Here, I believe I click Flash Cannon again. If for any reason he does not kill me with this Flamethrower, Flash Cannon kills him, and he cannot beat Nihilego anymore. He goes for the Flamethrower, and he is going to kill me. And down goes Fluff Cannon. I'm like, it's fine. I go out to my Mega Venusaur. I live a max special attack, extra Century most of the time, I believe. 100 health. I will calc this right now. What is this? Oh, this is the calc versus General Tar Heel. Aw, rip, Dr. Lele. Mega Venusaur. Lenolotopus. That said, I was running Zoroark. Level 50. Max special attack. Life Orb. Extra Sensory. Does not kill. Does not kill. At the range I'm at. However, if I had like 5 HP less, from the Giga Drain crit if I had 5 HP less from the... Oh, let's give it 7 and 7. If I had 14 less HP, it'd still be a roll. But I believe it was like 10 HP that I would end up having. It's still a roll. It sucks, but he would still have to get a roll anyway. I go and plant a Platypus. I will live this extra century at the range I'm at, unless he's modest. And as you can see, I live on 14. So yeah, if I was like 14 less health, of course I'd be dead. But I think I would only end up being 12 health higher. We'll look at that in a second. But I live, and I Sludge Bomb and I kill this thing. I was healthy enough. I was healthy enough, though. Even if I took the Dragon Tail and didn't get the Giga Drain, I was still healthy enough to live that extra century most of the time, at the very least. So he goes into Mega Beedrill. Zoroark dies. At this point, he loses. Spoiler alert, we win. He cannot beat Nihilego at this point. He just can't. He can go to Drill Run if he wants to. He can kill me if he wants to. However, the only way he can stop, could have stopped Nihilego was Sucker Punch the Zoroark, which is now dead. I go out into my Nihilego. Take the spikes, or take the rocks, I mean. And I go for Power Gem. Sludge Wave does not kill this. But I go for Power Gem. He goes out into Clefable, which is, I was like, great. Now you definitely lose. I think his only play was Pray, maybe? I don't know. I don't think he had a play. I 2 KO this thing with Power Gem, which is great. And Shebe gets his first kill of the season. Goodbye, Clefable. And all he has left is a Beedrill while I have Sticky Webs up, and a Swallow, which is Flame Orb, while I have Sticky Webs up, and I'm Choice Scarfed. And Nihilego's just gonna clean. So, here in a second I will go back and check this Mega Venusaur thing, because he was upset about it, and I felt bad about it. But down there goes the Swallow. And of course all he has left is the Mega Beedrill, which is going to go down. Funny enough, if he could kill my Nihilego somehow, he'd win. Like, if Drill Run killed this thing, he'd kill me, my Hoopa with U-Turn, he'd kill my Arachnid with U-Turn too. But unfortunately, I am Choice Scarfed Nihilego. And Power Gem is going to pick this thing off, and we are going to get a 3-0 win for our first week of IBL. So, the Dragon Tail and Hoopa was probably the #1 thing that literally just sealed the deal. Once I got Hoopa in, it was over. Like, he just lost at that point. Because, well, he didn't really lose at that point, but he was, like, really in a bad position at that point. Let me find this Dragon Tail. Okay, so I missed the Dragon Tail. When did he Dragon Tail after me? He Dragon Tailed me a second time. Okay, so here's the Dragon Tail. It does... Where are we at? 129. It does 6. So he does 6 damage with that. And the Giga Drain, I recovered 15. So, ooh, that's 1.5. So I would have recovered 5 HP less. So instead of 15 health, I would have gotten Mech 10. Because of the crit does doing 1.5 times the damage. So altogether, I would have been at 89 HP instead of 100. And yeah, it still would have come down to roll. Like, he had a very low chance to kill me at that point. He needed one of the top 3 rolls at 16, so that's what? A less than 20% chance. So, that's that. But we end up with a win, which is really cool. And next week, I believe we are going against the Chicago Cub Chews and Coach MyTurkeySub. So, if you enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. I do lots of league content, more than you will ever need in your life. But I do lots of it, and I consider myself to be very good in it. Don't forget to answer the comment question again, and of course, leave me a like, show your love, be an internetian. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.